Have you ever wondered, should I join a big name company or would I be better off at a scrappy startup? I've asked myself that question more than once, and honestly, my answer keeps evolving. I've been on both sides of the fence. I've worked at everything from a nimble startup to, most recently, the top tech company in New Zealand. So I've got a few options that come straight from experience. Let's kick off with the obvious brand recognition. There's no denying the power of having a well-known logo on your CV. When recruiters see Xero or Google, they tend to stop and take a second look. This is just how it works. When I worked at a top tech company here in New Zealand, I noticed right away how having that name opened doors, sometimes before anyone even looked at my actual skills. But here's another side. Big companies are like massive cruise ships. Everything is structured. There are clear processes and the pay is predictable. When you are in, you're taken care of. But honestly, there were times I felt like just a tiny cog in a gigantic machine, one person out of thousands. You can be surrounded by talent and still feel far from the decisions that shapes the business. Plus, don't even get me started on corp politics. If you know, you know. Now, compare that to my time in smaller companies and startups. There, you feel every bump in the road. Super busy and wearing multiple hats for sure, but when you ship something, you actually see its impact. That's direct connection to your work. It's incredibly motivating, and it taught me more about business than any onboarding slideshow that ever could. Here's a stat that really hit home. The average tech founder is nearly 40 years old and has worked for 16 years before starting a company. And the number one predictor of who succeeds in building a high-growth business, having worked at a venture-backed company before. Not necessarily a giant, but a place where entrepreneurship is in the air. I've definitely seen that place out. And best generalists I know, people who can handle chaos and still get things done, usually cut their teeth in small teams, not corporate cubicles. So, what's the move for learning and growth? In a big company, you'll be exposed to best practices, global projects, and maybe even get a chance to reinvent yourself by switching teams. But if you want to learn how to wear multiple hats, adapt quickly, and see the real results of your work, nothing beats a startup or a small business. Now, here's something important. No matter if you are a designer, developer, or marketer, those choices will still shape your journey differently. As a designer, you might crave the freedom to test crazy ideas. Startups are perfect for that because you can iterate fast and see your design ship in days, not months. As a developer, you might appreciate the infrastructure and mentorship as a big company, but also find huge satisfaction solving problems hands-on at a smaller place. And if you're a marketer, you will see firsthand how strategy shifts from big budget campaigns in a corporation to a pure hustle and creativity in a small team. In every role, you pick up a different toolkit, and trust me, you'll use all of it at some point. As Warren Buffett said, chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. Translation: comfort can quietly trap you, and 1 year in a corporate job can easily become 10 if you're not careful. Here's my honest advice, learned the hard way. If you're early in your career, don't be afraid to jump between both worlds. Get a big name on your CV, sure, it's like career rocket fuel, but don't stay so long that you forgot how to hustle and build things from scratch. The sweet spot is when you understand the discipline of a big organization and the scrappiness of a small one. This is where the magic happens. So, what about you? Are you team big corp or team startup or still figuring it out? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And check this video. I share why I left the top tech company in New Zealand. You'll love that story.